Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and hello to everybody on YouTube here. You are getting a little snippet of what goes on Ustream, of which you can join. Go to ustream.com and sign up. You will love it. Don't you worry about that, especially if you like to laugh like you used to. Yes, listening to all us old farts be terribly, terribly ungracious to everyone else. Gen Zs, baby boomers, you name it, they get it up the arse from us. Don't you worry about that. Anyway, bit of good news. If you're going onto the site to have a look at Ustream, go to the shop, because this book that was 20 quid, we've now got it printed in paperback for a tenner. Yes, you can't get away from it now. You can buy 2 for 1. You can read in stereo like this, okay? Great stuff. And I hope you're all enjoying Bushell on the box. He's getting slagged off more than I am. Great guy. Now, I've been reading the papers today, and it reminded me of when I met a band called Blur years ago. Now, I'm a big Emerson, Lake and Palmer fan, and Genesis and all that prog rock stuff. So all these new scruffy buggers really didn't float my boat. But I got talking to one of the Gallagher brothers. I don't know who's who. Who's the one who looks like that? There's him. They don't get on, do they? But I've been reading today, and I can share this with you because I share this pain with him. He talking about his divorce, right? A year after he split from his wife, Sarah. He apparently gave her 20 million in the divorce, plus their £8 million mansion. And he joked, he now rides past the old house on his push bike, said, "You didn't get this from me." Mine didn't want my carp fishing rods either. And they're worth a fortune, but not to the missus. My divorce is almost nearly done now, and I can smell wedding cake coming around the corner. Can't be on my own. The bloody washing up's piling up. It's awful. It's dreadful. Anyway, good luck to him. And if you give away 20 million and an £8 million house, that's okay if you've got 100 million, I guess, isn't it? Really? Doesn't take a genius. Let's just talk about Sir Keir Starmer. You look at Sir Keir Starmer with the blocked up doses. Well, he's accusing the Tory party of starting culture wars. Culture wars? No, it's you lot on the left that did this, dickhead Keir Starmer. This is the man who took the knee for BLM, right? Plans to distribute government cash on the basis of race, who is still not sure what a woman is, and only dropped plans for self-ID last year when he realised the tide was turning. I saw something really good the other day, American comedian or some comedian, he was talking about women's Jack and Dannies, and he said in the 70s, a big bush. Like a stab wound in a gorilla's back, like a guardsman's hat. That was my favourite. And then the landing strip. 10 years later, the new woman. Gone is the bush, the landing strip. It's awful, like licking Hitler's face. Oh, especially if it's a ginger woman. Them landing strips look like fish fingers. And then in the 2000s, baldy ones. Oh, horrible. Baldy ones look like a badly packed kebab, don't they? They're not the best of things. There's more bits to it than you think. It's not just a hole in a thing where the wee-wee comes out. Oh no, if that was an Airfix kit, you'd be a fortnight on the fucking thing. I'm telling you that now. Easier to build a Challenger tank with all the little fiddly bits than get round that. Anyway, so let's go back. So 70s, big bush. 80s, landing strip. 2000s, bald. 2023, cock. This is the new woman. So less of the fucking lectures, please, Sir Keir Starmer, and just get on with being in opposition all the time. I can't really work out how you're ever going to run this country. An agency now, this is show business, folks. They supply animals. We used to have them down at the BBC and Thames Television. If you wanted an elephant or a dog, you'd phone this agency up and they come along. What they do, if you've got a pet elephant, you go to an agency and say, "Look, I've got an elephant here. Do you want to hire it?" And so they say, "I've got an elephant." And so people write a sketch with an elephant in it and they get paid a fortune. But now this agency is asking the owners if their pets are gender neutral or non-binary. Right? What does that mean? Non-binary dog. Yeah, he doesn't lick his own bollocks anymore because he doesn't have them. I don't know, clip-on bollock. Urban Paws, that's the name of them. Good name that, Urban Paws. Which claims to be the leading animal talent agency in the UK. It's put 4 options on the application form that owners have got to fill out. Male, female, gender neutral, non-binary, or prefer not to say. What do you think? Fucking stupid. Right? This is the one, they provide animals for TV, theatre production and all that marketing. This is fucking ridiculous. How can you have a gender neutral cat? What's that mean? There's one that's had its bollocks chopped off. I suppose that's what you do. They don't actually chop them off anymore. They just tie a bit of string around them and wait for them to fall off, don't they? Talking of things waiting to fall off, the Lords have now fucked off that Rwanda bill, right? The unelected old farts. Oh, it's our job to protect democracy. Yeah. Well, we're stuck. We are stuck, right? The elites know better. It was obvious from the start they were going to do this. When they're going to realise how massive this issue of immigration is to real people of this country, stop the fucking boats. And let's, what? Look, if we can police the Red Sea and we're going to take on Russia in World War III, surely we can stop the fucking dinghies coming across the channel. Here, you want to wear something really stupid? Boogie Woogie piano. I love it, don't you? Oh, it's always the same. It's brilliant. It's a geezer called Brendan Kavanagh, QC. He goes by the name of Dr. Kate, right? And you know when they put them on pianos out in the stations, right? St Pancras is up there. Is that him? I'm just talking about you on the television, so please stop playing the piano for a minute and I'll tell your story about how you pissed off the Chinese tourist. Okay? I'll call you back. I always leave my phone on. Shall I turn it off? Make sure nothing comes through. Right, that's it. You won't hear another thing. Shut up. Look, I'm going to talk about you now playing the piano at St Pancras. You know what happened? He's playing the Joanna, right? And all of a sudden these Chinese people, right, started waving at him like this. Right, so he was filming himself. He was doing like a live stream. And these Chinese people come up and say, you always stop filming because we don't want not to be in a film. And so he tells them, we're in Britain, not China. He said, no, we're not allowed to be filmed because we are Chinese. Right, so what have the police done? What have the police done? They told him off for being racist. What the fuck? How can you be racist to the Chinese? Racist is a black thing, isn't it? Is it not? Can you be racist if you don't like the French? Well, that's fucking me. Right, Donald Trump set to make a comeback as president. I just think he's going to be great. I really, really think he's going to be great. And of course, the shadow foreign secretary, David Lamy, you know, he looks like a bowling ball with a nose, right? He's saying, I think it would be really good and we'll get on with him. Yes, the Labour movement doesn't quite understand what he's on about, but I think that we'll just have to get on with it. I mean, it's absolutely fucking bullshit. I think it's nice to have a patriot in charge of the country, okay? Now, I'm going to leave you with this little cracker before we go over, and I'm going to have a moan and tell you about my first 2 gigs. 2 fucking awful gigs. Transgender golfer, Hayley Davidson. I love her already. Hayley Davidson has managed to secure a spot, right, on a prestigious girls' tour, you know, dykes on spikes, right, designed to provide growth opportunities for female players. Yeah, Hayley won the next Women's Classic, right, in some place in Florida, right, but Hayley used to be a geezer. And then the golfer did a good interview with Good Morning Britain, moaning that she fears for her safety after being accused of having an unfair advantage because she can hit the ball 3 miles fucking further than a proper woman that doesn't have a cock. And GMB referred to him as she throughout the interview, right? And then turned the comics off on Twitter because so much of a backlash. That's the rest of it. It's absolutely fucking stupid. Yes, I know I'm talking about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's go over to Ustream now. But before we do, you've got to check out on Ustream Laughter Class because the final's coming up in a minute. We want to see what comedian you think should be a star. Apart from me, Jim Davidson, OBE. Come and join us.
Hello, Concord Club!
So I want to see if any of them have been upgraded.
I said, what's going on, Barbara? She says, don't say I never give you anything. I said, I can't say that, Barbara. You gave me crabs a few weeks ago.
There's definite potential there that this could be the embryonic start of something much bigger.
The bloody car broke down on the way here. I didn't call the RAC though, no. Being a Scouser, I call it AA. Hey!
Polished, lovable set. I liked it. Very good.
I'll be totally honest with you. The whole bang, bang, bang one-liner comedy is not necessarily my favourite style of comedy.